Hello. It took me a while to get set up because, oh god, hold on, I need to fix my mic. Um, yeah, it took me a while to get set up because I was still eating breakfast and then I was putting my plates away. But now I'm here. Good morning, Potato. Good morning, Jay. How y'all doing? Still, still a little scrambled because I was making some last minute changes to my wonderful PowerPoint this morning. Wait, let me see. I don't know if anybody added in any more stories, but I'm gonna open up the form just in case. Oh, okay, it's the same as last time. You just got spooked in Cookie Run Kingdom. Gotcha. There goes my shout luck. No, we need to believe. Just because you get super lucky in one game doesn't automatically mean the Genshin gacha is gonna forsake you. I mean, I know Mihoyo likes to not bless people, but just I believe. Or you can pretend that you're not interested in pulling for Shao and then suddenly get Shao. The key is not wanting someone. Oh my gosh. Why did I put my coffee all the way over here? Hold on. You can't full desire censor. Yes, that's true. This is my very not organized today. Where's my coaster or my drink? Desk ASMR. Moving things around. Yeah, I had to set up some stuff a little bit differently. Just because if if any of the zodiacs wake up, because I did my whatchamacallit, the stream kit. Usually I'm in like a private voice chat just because I feel bad when if the zodiacs happen to be in our Discord and then see me on the voice chat like almost 24/7 because I'm testing things in OBS and always want to see myself next to things. So I had to move over to the actual group Discord just in case any zodiacs want to jump in and last minute share some travel stories. You know, this was supposed to be a very general travel story stream, but night, yeah, no, every single thing that people sent in was a horror story, like a cursed travel story. And I was trying to be nice, like maybe someone has something wholesome, but no, everybody was cursed in one way or another. So I had to kind of dig through some some nice photos that I took to kind of ease things in because I didn't want a cursed story like every single slide. But I mean, I guess people just really want the cursed stories. Trying to see if I have everything with me. I'm gonna open the PowerPoint. I just have to move myself a little bit. Just gonna use my zodiac powers to shrink. A little bit too tiny. Hold on. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. I can block a little bit of the chat like last time. Oh my goodness. I don't know if it'll catch on stream, but the winds are blowing super hard today in my area. Yes. And the it looks like you're staring at me uh with that emote when I'm in this exact area. Tiny snake. Okay, is it working? Yes, I do. I have my PowerPoint up. No, I should have started it out with a nice story. I think it's going straight into cursed. I need to pull up the whole post because I there's like a full, not like a full length story, but I only put parts of the story in the slideshow itself. There's only so much I can fit on this little Canva PowerPoint. I'm looking at the I'm looking at the chat overlay again with the emotes. Okay, so this is number one from an anonymous zodiac. Let me see. Let me get the post. Okay, so according to this zodiac, it was one of the most cursed hotels or motels that they've passed through from traveling. So they had the the whole ass bathtub in the actual room with the right next to the beds in the window. And then the restroom itself, like the actual restroom, had a toilet and a sink, but no shower or anything. So for some reason, whoever designed this really wanted the bathtub right here. That door, oh my goodness, potato. There is no way. It's not even it's not even someone's home or anything. It's like, have you been to this mysterious, suspicious hotel that has a bathtub in the middle of everything? But I appreciate that this zodiac had picture proof too, because I just can't imagine somebody making this room as a, I don't know, an architect. Is that what it is? Or room designer? And then being like, yes, that's a wonderful idea. Mayhaps not. Uh-oh, my slot's bot. But Do you even have anything potato? Well, it's been 15 minutes already, so probably have at the very least 100. But this looks like the room you get taken to after you wake up during a Saw movie. Yeah, it's so cursed. I think I'd be afraid to, like, if I bought a room and then they took me here, I would leave. I would simply leave. Yeah, I don't really have any more context on this room. Oh, I guess if anybody, I just saw the stream elements bot that I did. Um, if anybody wants to add in some last minute stories, the Google form is there. And see myself in the tub without a kidney. Oh, oh my goodness. Like how both Potato and Jay are thinking murder or like some kind of torture, but then the Zodiac, this Zodiac in particular, had like an extra comment that was like, quote, Lord, I hope this is not a love hotel and no nasties in the bed. I'm just passing through, no thank you. Oh, jeez. Oh, I accidentally. Oh, well, okay. Well, I was wrapping up that thing anyways. Um, but yeah, that was the very cursed hotel room. I feel like that one's gonna be a little bit hard to beat. So next is a small story for me. It's it's not exactly cursed. It's just me being a Californian because see, this was one of my trips to Japan. It wasn't when I was living there. I think it was on just vacation with some friends. And we went in January, February, whatever's the coldest uh seasons, kinda. Though I think Tokyo is very baby cold, but because I'm a Californian, that that does not that does not have snow whatsoever unless I go to the mountains, but even then it's barely snow. But yeah, there was a kind of a little snowstorm in Tokyo, but the problem was that I didn't really pack, excuse me, and a burp. I don't know if it can you can hear it on stream, hopefully not. But yeah, there was a little snowstorm and I only had basically walking shoes because as a Californian with no snow and no harsh weather, barely any rain, I had zero boots appropriate for this kind of weather. And then this is the only image I have of that day, but the a lot of the snow in the sidewalks when I was walking was all the way up to was a little bit below my knees. And then so just imagine someone in regular pants, no no extra thermals or insulation or anything, regular pants, and then maybe like Converse shoes, just walking through everything. because me and my friends thought it was a good idea to walk to Animate to buy nerd merch. And then there was almost nobody walking around in the streets, even though there's a ton of people in Tokyo on the regular, but most people are either going to work or something or other. But there was barely anybody going to the anime store, and in my mind I was like, this is great, there's barely anyone here, there's not a ton of crowds, but I'm pretty sure people were not there for a good reason, and the good reason was the snow. So on my following trips to Japan that had cold, I was definitely more prepared with boots and thermals and whatnot. But I was a very ill-informed Californian, and I realized I don't like the cold that much. And it was pretty annoying afterwards too, cause our hotel, our hostel, had like washers and dryers, and then me and my friends were trying to dry our clothes after getting back to our hotel hostel, but dryers aren't really a huge thing over there. We did one cycle or two cycles and it was still pretty soaked, so we were just like, well, I guess we're gonna hang these to dry and watch movies in the hotel for the next day. Nick, cold-blooded. Yeah, I need the heat. This is why I live in California. So yeah, it's not as intense as the suspicious room, but it was just very sad that this could have been prevented, but I didn't. I didn't prepare, even though I usually prepare. Because I'm the one that likes to be overly organized. And I'm the one who basically planned out the entire itinerary for this particular Japan trip, but I didn't prepare the right clothes. Oh, okay. So I have one nice travel picture in between the stories. um, Hold on, I need to check something else very quick. Yeah. So on the flip side, this is when I was living in Japan, separate from the trip that I went on with friends. But yeah, I went with some classmates on a trip to Mount Tako or Takao-san. Um, oh my gosh, my pronunciation is very rusty. I haven't studied Japanese in a while, but I will probably pick it back up soon. But anyways, I think this was during the fall. We had a break in the oh my gosh, the wind is howling outside my window. I hope that nothing's getting picked up too much on the mic. Or burps. The scuff is fine. But yeah, I think we had vacation or it was some wind ASMR. Why do you want the wind ASMR? But yeah, I think it was actually a holiday, and it was one of the last weeks to kind of see the fall tree colors. I don't really have it in the picture here, but it was very bright and colorful. And also, there were tons of people there because apparently everybody and their mom wanted to see the trees. Though I feel like it was pretty exciting for a Californian like me because everything here is very, yeah, you got the generic palm trees and very few trees in general, and half the time everything is dead because we're in a drought, and it's just very sad to look at the greenery here. I mean, we do have some nice things, but then if you go to literally anywhere outside California, it's like, wow, California sucks. I mean, it could be the price for our relatively temperate weather that is almost always on the warm side. That's the catch, along with earthquakes, but we're not gonna talk about earthquakes today. Though I would Cali a different breed. So I would say it was pretty funny when I was in Japan, because I'm used to earthquakes every now and then, being a Californian. But I was in a program where tons of students were from different parts of America or even different parts of the world. And majority of, well, I mean, the rest of America, they don't really experience as much earthquakes as California, I think. But Japan, of course, gets them pretty regularly since they're in that, was it the Ring of Fire or something? And then, so when I think that there'd be like an earthquake almost every week or every other week when I was living in Japan, and and it got to the point where it was like, oh, I'm fine. But every time, uh, there'd always be a student from a non-earthquake prone state or country, and then they'd freak out and think that everything's gonna fall down. I mean, I guess that's not that funny, but I it's just very interesting with people's different backgrounds and seeing what they're used to and not used to. Like, I guess I'd still be afraid, of course, if there was a huge earthquake, but overall things have been fine. At most things fall down, but the way I have my room set up, it's kind of, I tried my best. I always try my best to be very earthquake proof. So I don't like having high shelves with stuff on them. Just Callie being a different breed again. Though with the earthquakes in Japan, I felt safer there because the buildings seem more streamlined, or I don't know what the word, fortified to handle earthquakes rather than my house here in California. I would highly doubt the structural integrity of my house here in a large scale earthquake, but I'd feel relatively safe in my dinky old apartment in Japan. Earthquake umbrella. Uh, yeah. I already talked about the mountain. Yeah. Me and my classmates hiked over here, and yeah, we were mostly looking at the nice change in tree colors, and then I think I mentioned it in some other stream, but I had dango made by an old man on the mountain. I guess he's not that old. He's like middle aged in that photo. But because of that, I can't have other types of dango. This one was too fresh and too good. It also had a more kind of sweet, savory taste to it. But when I usually have festival dango in like the Japanese markets here, they end up a little too sweet. I want to know what did they have? It was probably some kind of miso soy flavor. I want to recreate it. I need to be the grandma snake on the mountain making dango. Excuse me. Dango life. Okay, I think it's another curse story. I feel like I need to prepare myself. Wait, I'm gonna see in advance what's next because I forgot what order that I put these in. Ah, okay. So it's another anonymous zodiac story. So wait, let me see the text post if they added anything else. Okay. Now, this is exactly as it says. There was a motel that had a big hole in the corner of the ceiling right above the shower. I don't know exactly how big the hole was, but it's very concerning. There's no photo proof or anything, but I believe them. But it would have been interesting to see just a giant hole, a void in the shower. I'd be afraid of so many things. What's what's hiding in the hole? Can anyone see me from the hole? That's a fight in my block. It's a fight on my block. The hole in the shower. Well, I guess this is kind of horrifying to think about, but at least it's very short and sweet. And I assume since the Zodiac was able to tell me about this, that everything was fine in the end. Violence. No violence. No violence in the snake chat. Oh. Oh, since there's no text on my specific stories, I had to put enough visual cues in order for me to remember the story outside of writing it down. It was very hard to find the image for some of the swooshy lines. But the this is pretty this is pretty short. I wasn't necessarily Traveling? Well, I wasn't on a road trip or anything, but I was kind of traveling for a convention, the nerd convention, to sell anime and to look at anime. But afterwards, I went in. Me and some other friends went in another friend's car so they could drive us to. I think we're going to dinner or something like that. And then we were just we were just at a stoplight, and I guess in California, I don't know how it is for some of the other states or countries, but in California, you're allowed to turn right on a red light in an intersection. But I know that's illegal in some other states. But I know the exact rule for that traffic law is that at the red light you can turn right if you choose to, and if it's safe, obviously. But yeah, I think my friend who was driving. Why am I so burpy today? Do not perceive the the burping. I wonder if I ate breakfast too fast, but I I've been taking a little bit longer to eat lately. So I don't know. Anyways, my friend was stopped at the stoplight and then she just wanted to go forward. She didn't want to turn right or anything, or if I'm remembering correctly, or she just wanted to wait before turning right. But this dude in this huge truck was right behind us, and then I was just in the back seat with my other friends, and we just hear some distant yelling, but we just thought that was the regular noise of the city and not directed at us. And so there was like so much yelling and screaming, and then suddenly I heard like such a loud slam, and apparently he had thrown his whole large size McDonald's Coke drink at the car, and then just it kind of exploded on top of our car. Like, of course we were all safe, but it was kind of like, bro, what what are you transporting in that truck that is making you that desperate for us to turn right? That's a fight. Yeah, it was actual violence. I said no violence allowed, but there was this violence incident. And then I don't condone texting and driving, but I thought it was really funny that as soon as the drink hit the car, the light turned green, and our friend at the wheel was he was just mildly annoyed and was like, "Oh, I can't believe this." And then I didn't see her take her hands off the wheel, but she had her phone at the wheel as well. And then I literally saw her tweet 2 seconds later. Because apparently she's a speedy texter and driver, which I do not condone or advertise. I don't like texting and driving, and I don't like when others text and drive, but it was just very interesting to see how speedy she was able to tweet that event out. Someone going to jail or the hospital. Cali different indeed. This is the Cali life. Uh, Alright, so this is an anonymous. So this was an anonymous submission from an unknown country, but it's as the PowerPoint says. This person in particular was in contact with a tattoo artist. He tells me just let him know when they're in the city, and this person ended up renting a car to make the trip all the way to find out that the tattoo artist ghosted them. Best believe I'm driving that car into the shop. Violence. Yeah, I'd be very annoyed. I don't understand. Because with tattoos, isn't that a lot of money? And then when you're a tattoo artist, you're. Well, I assume since tattoo artists are kind of freelance in nature, that they'll take almost anyone within their ability. So I don't know why they kind of led this person on only to be like, just kidding, I don't wanna tattoo you. But then they didn't even say I don't wanna tattoo you, they just left. Getting my Mickey Mouse tattoo one way or another. Is that is that an actual tattoo on you, potato, or no, let's see, is it a voluntary tattoo or a post drinking night tattoo? Could be either one or both. Some people some people well, I assume very few people regret their don't regret their drunk tattoo decisions. But I wouldn't know much about tattoos in general since I have never experienced it, especially with how pricey they are. I mean, I know some people like they just save up and they're able to invest in tattoos like this, but my expenses go into a lot of other things, and I haven't like prioritized tattoo on the list. I'm very I'm very wary of myself and some indecisive moments. So I'm always afraid I'm gonna not be able to decide what I want, or I decide and then after a few months I'm like, actually I don't like this. But people people that do invest in tattoos, power to them, and I hope they're living their best lives. 'Cause there's a lot of cool tattoos out there. I just wouldn't be able to decide if I were to get one. Though the thought isn't completely off the table. So maybe one day Snake will have a tattoo. A potato is always safe. Are you sure about that? Oh, okay. Uh, you had what? 900 potato. Are you gonna are you gonna be okay, potato? Wait, how many points do you have? I'm gonna go check. Just need to mute this tab. Potato. It says you're down at 28 with 300 points if this is updated correctly. Since the leaderboard should be right below my video, I think. Twitch is working correctly. But you do have the most potatoes for the all-time ranking. Because apparently you've gotten overall, outside of the ones that you've lost, you've earned a total of like 3,989 potatoes over time. And you're actually number one on that board. But for the current, it's always gonna be Ray. Wait, that doesn't make any sense. Why? But why? Ray has 4,700, but then it says you at number one for all time. Maybe because Ray got hers through Vaughn. She doesn't really, it doesn't count her as earning all the potatoes. Yeah, and then most of your potatoes are naturally earned, naturally grown by being on stream so much, which I do appreciate. So thank you for keeping me company in my stream, even in the midst of chaos. So half the time you're pretty much the source of chaos. So I don't know about that exactly. The I'm gonna go over the what's left in the slideshow. Oh my goodness. Oh no, where's I'm like losing track of all my tabs. Why didn't I organize this before starting? I'm tweeting some stuff out. The wind ASMR is going. Oh my gosh, I'm getting distracted by my own TL. I need to close Twitter. Wind? Why? Yay, wind? But why? And I really need to invest in those acoustic panels so less noise makes it on stream. So I don't know how. Because I'm pretty sure my windows are double. I don't know what the term is, but my windows are not the same windows as when I moved into this house. and they're extra fortified, but apparently it's just that noisy where I live. Someday I will have a soundproof box. Have you tried opening the windows? Tried opening the windows for more noise? Is that what you want? This is not outside ASMR stream. Potato no. This is incorrect. I'd really I'd legitimately like to get some of those foamy acoustic panels. One to I don't know how much it would block outside sound unless I rearrange it in a certain way, like against the window or against my door. Yeah, I feel like I would have to put something on the front of my door and also on the front of my door to block out sounds from my parents walking around the house or like just talking really loudly because they oh my goodness. How would they stick on the window? I have no idea, honestly. But I did see, let's see, someone on TikTok, they recommended like getting a huge poster board, like very huge to kind of stand up and then put acoustic panels on either one side or both sides and then lean it up against what you want blocked out. I don't know, something about the foam and the way the panels are facing. I feel like for me, I would need double-sided panels to block whatever I say from either side, block what I say from the rest of my household and also my neighbors while I block the outer ASMR and whatever movies my parents decide to blast on the living room TV. Because my house is rather, it's not tiny, but it's not big either. Like, oh my god. Oh my goodness. I don't think, well, I hope that I didn't catch on my mic, but mom was just cackling maniacally. Just like she thinks a lot of things are funny, even when they're not funny. I mean, that's fine. She can live her life, laugh at everything, but very, very loud. Hello, walked. How's your day been going so far? I don't know. Oh my gosh, potato. Meh. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I forgot. Is it daytime or nighttime for you? Make it wet. I hope some nice or cursed travel stories can make you feel maybe a little bit better. I'm on the best coast. It's daytime. Ah, I think I remember now. You said you were East Coast. No, it's only about 9 a.m. for me. East? How dare? What? Am I wrong? Or is it the West Coast best coast? I don't know. For some reason, I've heard a lot of East Coast people say East Coast best coast, even though it rhymes with West. I mean, I guess I don't really hear it in general from West Coast people here just because we're already here. I always hear people from the East Coast come over here and say it. So I wonder if I went over to the East Coast, it's just gonna be a lot of West Coast people saying they live on the best coast. The battle between the coasts. I haven't exactly. Oh my goodness. Hold on one moment. Oh my gosh, I need more fortified doors with sound blockage. Oh, the need for acoustic panels. What was I saying? Yes, it's fine. I'm like burping again. Um, $0.00. Potato for your information. I will. I will attempt to get back on the story. Because I don't even remember how I got to this point. Try me. Yeah, $0.00 potato. No, but now it's a nice story in between the cursed stories because apparently every submission from other people is a cursed story. I just wanted to show my trip to the Osaka Aquarium, and I don't think I actually had a story about this. It was just really cute, and oh no, my notifications. Do not mind the scuff. Oh my gosh, what was I saying? I man, I kind of miss I miss traveling, but then also I like being safe in these current times. So it's very pleasant being indoors. I feel like SpongeBob in that one episode where he's literally trapped himself indoors because he wants to protect himself from the outside world. Yeah, I feel like traveling in general is a very stressful process, and there's almost always something that goes wrong or can go wrong. I think in this case, most of my good stories are from when I was living in Japan regularly. So it was kind of like still traveling a little bit, but not as much. I feel like less things go wrong when you're just living there sometimes. I mean, there's plenty of other things in life that has the potential to go wrong. Take it away, Penny. Yeah, that I feel like that episode exactly right now. Just everybody, all of us singing the indoors song. But I think this was during one of my school breaks in Japan, and I ended up going to Osaka because me and my roommate decided to take a trip from where we lived in Tokyo. I mean, it was still kind of annoying in many ways with the general travel anxieties and mix-ups, but I don't think it was as hectic as if I was going there straight from here in America. A little bit easier to organize travel trips within the country when you're living in the country, though it's strangely very expensive, at least when I went. Because I'm pretty sure it took more money to go from Tokyo to Kyoto, Osaka area than it did if you took a plane trip from Tokyo to Seoul in Korea, which I still don't understand. I think we ended up taking. Oh yeah, we also took the very expensive route of the Shinkansen, the bullet train, because I think we were thinking about taking a night bus, but it was like freaking 11, 12 hours, and we were already kind of dying from the our 6 hour night bus trip to Sendai is in the opposite direction. But anyways, Kyoto and Osaka were really nice. Uh I really like the garden eels there as shown in my photo. They're like my little snake siblings in a sense. And then I didn't for some reason I didn't get a photo of the famous whale shark over there. Because none of the aquariums in my immediate area necessarily have room for a whale shark. They don't even have stuff like sunfish or anything. But it was nice to see this snake. Yeah, they're tiny snake brethren, sisterin, family. And then I do have one food picture just because I thought it was really cute that they made whale shark themed ice cream. I think the blue half was ramune flavor, and then the white half was can't remember if it was vanilla or like milk or something. I don't remember. I wasn't a huge fan of the ramune flavor, but I'm kind of that person who'll eat anything for the nice photo. What was the phrase? Do it for the gram. Oh, it's a nice little a nice little trip in the midst of the curse stories. Let's see. Oh, this one's short. It's from another zodiac. Trying to see if there was more. Yeah. Okay, so this was a motel where the doors wouldn't lock and this zodiac couldn't change rooms or anything. And this poor zodiac slept in fear all night. I mean, that's legitimately really scary and dangerous. And I don't know why they couldn't have done something to fix it. So I know there's, at least nowadays, I see a lot of travel handy things. Like, it's so sad that they have to create some of these things, but there's like travel handy door locks that you can attach to hotel doors and whatnot. And it kind of prevents people from opening the door or putting an alarm when people wind ASMR. An alarm when people try to open the door. Pew pew go burr. I can't. Well, I guess there's a lot of interesting motels, hotels out there. So you never know what's gonna happen sometimes. But always gotta try to be prepared when traveling. Thankfully, this zodiac survived to tell the tale. Okay, so I know what this next one is. I'm gonna have to open their post because it's a very long story. I couldn't believe this person when I read it, and they even had a diagram to draw with the situation. And I appreciate this person so much. Okay, so this Anon called themselves Fountain of Youth, and I'm gonna pull up their full post to read out what they were. Okay, I need to take a deep breath because it's about 2 times longer than the text that I fit into the the slideshow. Okay, so this starts off first. When I was in elementary school, I had an overnight layover in Seoul with my mom on our way to China, and we stayed at this cute hotel near the airport. It was late, so I went to use the bathroom after a long flight. Flush the toilet, everything's good. Then, while drying my hands, I saw this tiny red button off to the side of the toilet and pressed it without thinking. A thin straw came out from the back of the toilet like a tiny eel popping out of the sand, and a strong torrent of cold water shot out, hitting me in the shoulder, ricocheting off the ceiling, and drilling a figurative hole into the glass sliding closet door outside of the bathroom. In parentheses, see attached diagram. So that that photo that they drew right there. See, the porcelain fountain went on for at least a minute before we sealed it using the toilet cover. I learned the true power of a bidet that evening. I didn't have the vocabulary in elementary school, but based on the level of water pressure I felt, let's just say my ass would have been blasted if I had used that bidet as intended. The end. I I would have to say that this is probably like one of my favorite stories out of everything I've received and everything I had prepared for today. Not to show favoritism, but just the level of storytelling in this particular post. Who knew? Who knew bidets could be so dangerous? I appreciate if this person is watching or is lurking right now or is watching the VOD. Thank you for this wonderful story. I'm glad you lived. I'm glad you survived the bidet. So that is that story from Korea on the way to China. Hydration ASMR next to the wind ASMR. You think you know who? Are you sure about that potato? Do you know who every anon is? Ever? Where's your travel story, potato? I think I remember you saying uh that your travel stories were too much for a stream. Just four. See, I see. Yeah, I it was during my last my last Genshin stream or the one before that. It was one of my morning Genshin streams. I think I did ask you if you had any travel stories, and then you mentioned your near death experiences or like near bone breaking experience. Yeah, I'm glad that you're in one piece, potato. One whole potato. Um. Ah, no. Oh my goodness. I was concerned the first time you said that, and I'm still concerned the second time you're saying that. My goodness. What a what an experience. What a world. But honestly, wasn't that bad. I don't I don't know if uh, uh, I don't think those phrases go together with the leg and the blood and the honestly wasn't that bad. Potato. Potato. I, I'm gonna I'm gonna talk about my other slightly cursed experience. It wasn't really cursed as some of the others, and especially not as cursed as the bidet one, or as cursed as Potato's near severe injury experience. But it was just very sadly inconvenient. This is also when I was living in Japan. I think if I remember correctly, I was with my roommate and then two friends that were visiting Japan. And I guess I'm kind of dating my living in Japan experience, but this was very very pre Japan Olympics before it was rescheduled all the way to the time that it did happen. But overall, Japan was already making plenty of preparations for the potential 2020 Olympics. And of course, that resulted in majority of things being under construction while I was living in Japan. And I was so excited to show my friends visiting some cool shrines and temples and whatnot. And this picture in particular is from the Meiji shrine, I think, if I remember. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was. And then you can kind of see the construction on the side, but I didn't get a photo. I feel like I got the photo, but I just didn't save the photo. Or at least I didn't find where I put the photo. But basically, kinda when you go past these big red torii gates, you get to the main parts of the shrine. And usually it's like really pretty, has a lot of stuff you can grab, like good luck charms, omamori, so on and so forth. But because and the Meiji Shrine's pretty huge. Actually, let me get a photo of what it's supposed to look like. Ah, yes, okay. I think it was the, the wind just sounds like a sound effect in cartoons. Is going that hard. Okay, let's see. So usually when you go into the Meiji Shrine, like I think my photo is from. Oh, you guys can't see my cursor. Uh, actually, let me use the cupcake as a pointer. Yeah. So this torii gate right here, I'm pretty sure is this torii gate in this image. But I didn't, for some reason, I didn't take a photo of the other side of the torii gate, which is supposed to be this whole thing. But the thing is, because of the construction, what it looked like when I went over here in this perspective, the entire thing was covered, like literally from top to bottom, in construction stuff. And then what they had in replacement to attempt to make everything better, they had a blown up photo of the shrine that kind of looked exactly like this photo, but it was very obviously a photo in front of a giant wall of construction. And I mean, I guess I'm glad, well, not glad, but it's nice that they tried to put in the effort for the sad tourists that came to construction hell during this time. But I was just like, are you serious right now? I take my friends to the famous Meiji Shrine, and then all they get is a giant photo of the shrine. So I felt very bad for them. Because at least for me, even though this was very inconvenient, I had seen the Meiji Shrine before during different Japan trips. But yeah, it was just very sad. A lot of the yeah, even when I went to go travel in different parts of Japan, a lot of the shrines kind of looked like that, just under construction all the time. Even the famous the Fushimi Inari Taisha, it's that famous shrine in Kyoto where there's a bunch of the red torii gates over and over again, and then it shows up in anime too. Like I know parts of that were also under construction. Poor snake friends. Yeah, I was so excited to show them stuff. But then we ended up like this. The photo of I couldn't find a photo of like a stock photo in this style of a group of friends disappointed. So I guess we're a group of salary men, business workers disappointed in the shrine. Yeah, I guess we're basically salary workers. Always always grinding in some kind of work. I mean, I used to work in an office. It was okay. It was I kind of miss it, but then also I don't because I did work in an office all the way to the transition to working from home. And of course, that's going to be a lot easier because I could just get up and then be at my desktop. Yeah, the office banter was nice. And I used to work in an office. I Now for once I really liked all the coworkers I worked with. Maybe because I had a coworker that kind of reminded me of Squidward, and then I had another coworker that reminded me of SpongeBob. Because I had a coworker that was literally kind of every morning like, "Hello everyone. It's so nice to see you. I'm so happy. Good morning, bikini bottom." So on and so forth. And then our other coworker would just be like, "Why? Why are you so happy all the time? Can you just get to your desk and work?" I mean, he was still a nice person, but he didn't have the capacity to deal with our other coworkers' very bright positivity. So I thought it was pretty fun working with them. Yeah, I do really miss some aspects of the office, even though, of course, I'd rather be safe. And there are conveniences of working from home. So I know, like beginning of the pandemic, we didn't really know how to handle things. So we would end like during the first month, we were having meetings literally we were having multiple meetings every day because we just wanted to check in, and I think my managers really missed talking to people. I mean, that's understandable, but I'm just like, how am I supposed to get the work done if we're spending so much time in these meetings? Because on the norm, I would only have a meeting maybe once a week or once every other week, but working from home, it turned to like every single day. And I just saw Potato used to kick people into cubicles. Oh, this is Potato the boss, the CEO of Potato Corporation. Oh my gosh, not this again. What? Why? Potato, why do you gamble so much? I mean, you can still gamble with a single potato, like Walks just did. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I feel like because I put a 0 cooldown for the slots can't handle it sometimes, and then sometimes it just doesn't work. We broke or we dead. But usually if you're broke, it tells you that you're broke. And I feel like Walked should have a good amount of potatoes. Oh, alrighty. 400 because you gamble so much. No. Oh my goodness. I mean, yes, you're free to use the potatoes as you like. Uh-oh. Let's see, the next story is also from me. Hmm. I don't think of how to tell this one. This is actually from when I first moved to Japan. It was, oh my gosh, as everything's coming back to me, some of the frustrations are coming back to me too, because we arrived we arrived early to Japan, but we I think what we didn't know was the office for our apartment was closed by a certain time, and then by the time we got off the plane, got on our bus to Tokyo, because our apartment was in the Shinjuku area, but the the office for paying rent and so on was in a different part of Tokyo. And then apparently after we got to the Tokyo area, the office was closed, so we couldn't get our apartment keys, and then we had to last minute buy a hotel somewhere nearby the apartment or nearby the office, I think. I went to a necropolis. I mean, perhaps because it was very late at night at that point, and then we were just like, well, I guess we gotta stay here. And it was kind of annoying trying to find a hotel too, because we had all our bags and everything, and then we didn't want to pay for a taxi. And then we were just trying to walk and find our way to the hotel. We didn't really look at the surroundings or anything. We kind of walked in, checked in, and then passed out in the hotel room. But this photo was from the morning soon after, because I woke up. I was like, wow, the sun is shining bright so early this morning. And I guess I'm gonna have some mood mood ASMR with the wind sounds. But I opened up the curtains, and then the entire view from outside my hotel window was this giant graveyard. And like I didn't even see it because obviously when I checked in, I was very tired and then it was nighttime so I couldn't see a lot. But yeah, I we straight up happened to pick a hotel right by a giant graveyard. I don't even know why it was in the middle of the city like this. Like I guess it's useful for people during like those holidays when they go visit their their deceased family members and so on. The apartment, not the apartment, the hotel. I feel like the hotel was regular hotel price for being in Tokyo, but apparently it's such a hot spot. Really a hot spot, but I mean, maybe some people come to this area for maybe Obon or something if they have relatives here. I just wasn't expecting it at all. I was so excited to open the curtains and then see the whole city and then I just see these everywhere. Probably not as creepy for people living there because I guess if they visit their relatives there a lot, it just becomes normal to them or if they live in the area. I feel like maybe it has more bad luck connotation here in America. I mean, I'm just making some guesses. Obviously, this is not 100% fact when I'm trying to make guesses about why this was here. I mean, low prices. I don't actually remember how much this particular hotel cost because we only had to get one night before we went to the apartment rental people in the morning. Yeah, I wish I'd planned for it in advance though, like that we arrived earlier cuz the the process for getting our keys took a lot longer than I thought. Maybe a couple hours out of my day when my foolish mind was like, okay, so we can go to the office, then they'll throw our keys after confirming it's us, and then we'll be done. Maybe sign like one piece of paper. Shoot some shots to lower rent. No, potato, no violence. No wonder the hotel staff left early. Yeah, this wasn't thankfully this wasn't next to our own apartment. Our apartment was in a different area with little to no contact with any gravestones like this. It was our apartment was near a pretty oh my gosh, I don't even remember. It's been a while since then. I liked where my apartment was. It was a little bit more pricey than I wanted it to be. And then I was slightly salty, perturbed, etc. because when I was looking for apartments to rent out, there all of these apartments come with most of its furnishings, and that's why I was aiming for it because I didn't want to buy a ton of furniture while I was there just to leave it back in Japan because it's not like I was staying there for several years. It was just about a little bit over half a year. But yeah, when I was looking at the apartments, there was another room that was directly above ours, and then it had the same exact layout, was the same exact size, and was close to the same price. I think it was actually a little bit cheaper, and I was aiming for that one because it was cheaper. And then one of the furniture in there was a kotatsu, and I was like, I'm so ready to use a kotatsu. And then someone bought it out right before me and my roommate made the decision, and I was so I had a grudge against that upstairs neighbor. The room was the apartment place was almost exactly the same, but mine didn't have a kotatsu. I wanted I wanted to experience the kotatsu. Like, I guess you could buy a kotatsu, but I feel like there's virtually no use here in in California, especially Southern California. It just does not get that cold. So maybe someday the snake can move to an area that gets mildly cold, and then I'll just splurge on a kotatsu. I would put a kotatsu on my throne as a joke, but then I'm scared of someone actually getting it. Potato, you should get a kotatsu for yourself and then just grill yourself under the under the heater. Chotto a minute. Uh-huh. That's what we want. Grilled potatoes. I need I need to go save the where's the image that Minha made? Did Minha not put it in the general chat? Or else I'm gonna have to go use mine. See, let me get a kotatsu. Oh jeez, I almost flipped over my drink. I don't even know how to. I mean, it was empty, but hmm, is is the this one is. Oh my goodness. Thank you, Google. Don't worry about anything, potato. I'm gonna remove this, and then I have the the underside of a kotatsu. Oh, I should have saved this like differently, so it would end up with a clear background. It's grilled underneath the kotatsu. See, this is exactly how it would go down. So I hope if you happen to buy a kotatsu, you can enjoy it just like this. Very nice and insulated. How big are they? Um, let me grab a picture of another one. They're actually pretty big. I think it depends on the size, but let's see. Because there's some people that have tiny ones, and then other people that have huge ones. See, I'll have this kotatsu. This one's cute because they put their cat underneath the kotatsu, and then I assume it's at a safe temperature for the cat. So I feel like this picture is not very good because it's being compared to an animal's size compared to a human size. I mean, you're a potato anyway, so let me find one with a human. Generic kotatsu stock photo with people in it. I think this is what the typical one looks like when there's humans. Enough for leg room on both sides. So I'm pretty sure you could smack someone underneath. Have a kick fight. Because some people have very long legs. But I do know someone who is over, what is it? I need the measurement. Holy moly. Um, hold on. Yeah, I do know a person who is over 6'3" or 6'4" tall. Maybe like 6'5". According to this converter, it can also be read as 197 centimeters. And the way their body is proportioned, they're like maybe 70% leg, 60 to 70% leg, and they would think they'd have a hard time with this kotatsu because I feel like they already have to move their chair back very far if they're trying to drive. Are you a tall potato? Are you a potato with legs? Someday I believe my kotatsu dreams will be fulfilled. Not too tall. Not giant like the person that I know. Jesus, not the image I wanted. I have to delete it. Okay. Oh no, it reset. Well, have a recap on the cursed tub room, the cursed me not being prepared for snow, the uncursed nice mountain hike, the cursed hole in the shower, the cursed McDonald's Coca-Cola drink thrower, the cursed tattoo artist ghoster, the not cursed Osaka aquarium with snake family, tiny snake family, the cursed motel with the open doors, the cursed bidet, the cursed construction site, the cursed hotel graveyard, and then yeah, my final. I wanted to end on a not cursed note, because wait, let me see if there's anybody who put any last minute stories. Okay, cool. No more cursed stories. Yeah, on my not cursed note, my other trip with my roommate in Japan was going to visit Sendai, and I know part of the reason why we went to Sendai was a little bit of a nerd reason, because we do like. I was once jumped. What? Potato? What? That's not a travel story, but that is a cursed story. Unless that happened to you while you were traveling. Or jumped by 15 dogs? I mean, were they nice puppies, or was it like actually big, fierce dogs? Because I feel like being attacked by 15 puppies would be nice. So, context is key. Uh, they were grown, you say. I see. Well, did you survive, Potato? Nearly tore my pants off. Oh my goodness. My goodness gracious. Oh, I mean, at least it was just your pants instead of like tearing your legs off like another incident. Befriended the biggest dog and the others followed. Okay, well that sounds like a nice story. A nice not cursed story. It just seems like a friendly dog, but just because they're so big, they don't understand their power. Because my friend has a, I don't know what type of dog it is because I don't know dog breeds all the time, but I just know it was those, a really huge and heavy dog. And I think in media it's known as a very scary dog, but my friend's dog is just a big sweetheart, and then she doesn't know that she's so powerful to knock people down when she just wants to play with someone or greet someone. But those dogs are very nice. My dog in particular is the is the very tiny and loud ones. I did post a picture of my dog once, I think on Twitter, when I was trying to get into the video that that Niji ends Luca and Nina are trying to do for pets with the hashtag Luca these pets. So of course, since there were hundreds and hundreds of entries, they didn't get to mine, but it's fine. I'm glad my pets were out there in the tag anyways. I am by no means short, but when the dog stood up and rested on me, I thought my back was gonna give out. See, exactly. Sometimes those dogs, even though they're being so friendly, they're too powerful, and they don't realize their power. Because I'm pretty sure my friend's dog, like, it has knocked me down and then probably knock a bunch of other taller people down. Because although I am a snake that is taller than a bunch of the fellow zodiacs, I'm still relatively short in a way. Who is rideable size. Wow, that is a huge dog. Yeah, I could probably like hop on the dog that my friend had. It just blows my mind how huge some dogs are. Had a lion's mane. Was the dog a lion? An actual lion? Trying to find a picture of what kind of dog friend had. Mm, this friend is like aware that I stream, so I don't want to get her dog's breed wrong. I mean, I haven't seen her dog in a long time because of COVID and everything. But I'm like scared of her like someday finding this VOD and being like, how could you forget that my dog is a this breed? I mean, my friend's sweet. She would never get super angry at me like that or anything, but I just feel bad. I am more of a cat person even though I do own a dog, and I'm not that knowledgeable in breeds. So I think her dog kind of looks like it looks like a Rottweiler, I think. When I'm going through these, mm, I don't know, something like that. He led all the neighborhood dogs, and when he barked, you could feel the vibration in you. That's a powerful dog. I feel like that dog is could be like a final boss. Interesting. Should have a pet stream sometime. So I guess we already have the pet thread in. Mm, yeah, the pet thread in the lounge. Well, maybe I can get the zodiacs together sometime for later, not in the morning talk stream, where it's like zodiac rates pets. Cause I know most of them were up pretty late last night. And I also know too because I was late. I was up late last night too. Usually I'm not up too late, but I was very set on having this slideshow, and I kept moving things around and trying to decide what I wanted. It worked. I worked very hard on this silly little slideshow. And then I ended up editing it this morning too. I think I have some photos of the puppers when they dragged me into their hut. Oh, the picture of that is just so funny. Just a bunch of doggos coming for you and then dragging you to their lair. But they mean it out of nice, pure dog nature, I assume. Ooh, I should go grab. Let's see. I don't know if I have this photo, but there was a dog I saw in Japan that was really cute and kind of dressed up in a very touristy area. So I'm pretty sure they were trying to get some extra coin for bringing their dog there, but it's fine because they were like playing an instrument and then their dog was just kind of there. I don't know where I put the photo. Yeah, I guess I can look through it while talking. I was unsure if I should stand up, so I crawled out too. That's really funny though. I'm glad nothing happened and it was just pure doggos doing their dog things. Let's see. That is not the folder. That is also not the folder. That is still not the folder. I'm pretty sure I could have like a whole talk stream dedicated to me just talking about me living in Japan because it was just, even though it was only about 6-ish months, so much happened. Good and bad, but overall, good experience. I don't know when I'd have the talk stream, but I don't know. If I can't think of anything for next weekend's talk stream, maybe it'll end up being next week or the following week. I want to make the Saturday talking streams kind of a regular thing. The little bit of consistency. Oh my goodness, where are these photos? I can always bring it up another time, but I really want to find this doggo. Why do I not organize some of these photos? Nope, nope, nope. Oh, I have photos from when I was in Canada. But none of these pictures look like I'm in Canada. Why did I not take any good photos when I was in Canada? Because all of these photos just look like I'm in any other generic city. Mm, here's a photo of my dog. Please post the doggo video in the lounge if anything. No, I cannot find this doggo photo, but I guess that's fine. I can go find it later and then save it for another stream. I didn't even talk about this slide because I was thinking about doggo, but that's fine. We love derailing into different topics and rambling. That is the nature of talk stream. At least for mine. Getting sidetracked is nice. I think last I was on this slide about how me and my roommate went here for nerd reasons. Because we like anime with historical, yet not historically accurate Japanese figures via Date Masamune, who's famous for the banana on his head. So we went all the way to Sendai with a 6-hour bus trip just to see the statue in the museum. But yeah, we didn't really realize how much Sendai loves Date Masamune. So the dude in his banana helmet is literally everywhere, from the statue and the Wi-Fi signs. And then I think it might be hard to see in the last picture, but we also went to a restaurant that served beef tongue, which is I guess the Sendai specialty. It's actually pretty good. Because I know some people are afraid to eat beef tongue because they're afraid of it feeling chewy like an actual tongue, but it's very thoroughly cooked and also thoroughly seasoned, so you wouldn't even think that you're eating a tongue. But yeah, delicious. Exactly. But even this beef tongue place in Sendai had like chopstick holder things that had Date Masamune in his banana helmet. Yeah, it's very tiny in this photo, but I guess I can go into depth of these silly little things on a different stream. But yeah, I thought Sendai was pretty nice. I would definitely go again, and I believe it's one of the less super touristy areas of Japan because you don't really I feel like most people don't go there unless they're there for Date Masamune. I don't think the typical tourist is set on seeing Date Masamune when they visit Japan. They're more about the big touristy spots. And that is the end. Why are all of you so cursed in these stories? I had to go dig through my photos to go find the nice experiences in the midst of all the cursed stories. But regardless, am very I'm very happy to read them all out and share on stream. Because of course, none of these moments are pleasant while it's happening, at least most of them, but it's always funny to look back on. And in general, I do kind of miss going to see places since obviously COVID's been a big barrier with traveling. Got you with another curse. Oh my goodness. Is it this time, potato? My goodness, the wind. See, while you're typing that out, I'm gonna be right back. Go something away. So get more water. Oh my gosh, my my PNGtuber moves whenever I'm like opening the door to my room and closing it. And when I'm walking over to my desk. It's very sensitive at some noises, but not others. Oh my gosh, I'm reading out Potato Story. Let's see, was driving through the mountains with our lights off to not alert potential threats, and then we heard a loud noise. Headlights turn on, and we see one of our friend's cars drive past and swerve nearly off the cliff and back on the road. The ride was mostly boring, bribed a couple police here and there. I think that, well, besides the near cliff death experience, I think the police thing is a little bit questionable, potato. I don't know exactly what context. It was alright. I feel like a lot of things that are a concern, you're just kind of like, it's fine. But once again, I'm glad you survived. Had to hide that we were Americans. What were what what business were you doing, potato? Even the wind ASMR is coming for you. Don't worry about it. I I'm very worried about it. Oh jeez. I was just trying to make myself big again. Test, test, boop. Do. Okay, cool. Nick would be safer not knowing. Oh boy. I'm very concerned, but I guess if I'm not meant to know, then I'm not meant to know. And if it's for my own safety, then that's fine. I I will be satisfied in this what? Ignorance is bliss moment. You know, how what will I have in the background? Not the grave, not the bidet, not the road rage. Yes, I'll have the dongo on the mountain. But do one last refresh in case anyone decided to add anything. Nope. It's perfectly fine. We did have a lot of stories to go through. And I'm glad that we could get to the end of it along with your some of your concerning stories, Potato. But I guess I can wrap things up here. Even though I spent a long time making this silly little slideshow, I like being able to put it together and just going through it along with going with the chat flow. Yeah, I'm not exactly sure what I want to make for next week's chat stream, but possibly another slideshow. Thank you, Potato, and thank you all for coming to today's little talk stream. I appreciate all chatters, all lurkers, anyone that pops in even for a few seconds. Even people that come to gamble and leave. So I don't think we have any like lurkers that just gamble out of nowhere and then leave. That'd be really funny though. I would love for random lurkers to do the slot chat command and then say nothing else. Oh my goodness. You know, I gotta end stream before you gamble the rest of your life away. Do you even have potatoes anymore? Oh, at least you have 400 left. Should hope that you don't use the remaining 400 in these last couple seconds or minute of stream. No. See, even the chat command is stopping you. See, I'll be nice and oh, I forgot the PowerPoint resets when I do the P button since it's my shortcut. Yeah, I'll do the complimentary eat potato. Hello, Minha. You got an additional 100 points that you are not to gamble away in 2 seconds. Oh my gosh, the timing of the gamble bot. Like, good morning, Minha. Are you gonna stream soon? Or a little bit later? Because I was wrapping up stream, but if you're gonna do your afternoon stream soon, then I don't mind rambling a little bit longer, so we can just raid right into your chat, even though it's just a couple people. Sleeps more. I saw you up really late, and then I also saw you up early because I was working on some stream stuff late last night, and then I still saw some of y'all in the Garden Circle Discord. Yeah, and then the other reason why I was staying up last night was because I'm trying to finally add my Twitch VODs to my YouTube. See, I don't have a chat command for it, but if anybody wants to look at super old VODs that don't exist on my Twitch homepage anymore, I have it all right here. I'll go make a command for it later. So I think most people in chat right now have already been here for the streams that I've re-uploaded. I'm trying to upload things at a slower pace so YouTube isn't like, why are you spam posting all of these videos? But I was just so lazy with doing YouTube VODs. But I guess it's fine because my computer can handle all of this. I'm so thankful that I could invest in this computer and that it's so buff now. I've never experienced such a such high technology. It's like almost as mind blown as when I got my first car that wasn't a hand me down. Not really a hand me down, but basically I took an old beat up car from my parents before, but then I had gotten into a car accident that totaled that car. Then I had to go buy a new car. I can probably I could probably tell the car accident story in a different stream. I don't know if I vaguely mentioned it before, but it wasn't like a super major car accident, but it was very funny how it happened. But anyways, yeah, when I got the new car, it had like I still have that car right now, even though it's been a while. But my previous car was maybe over 10, well, yeah, my previous car was over 10 years old, and then the new car that I got was like the car of that year. So the most brand new you could get at that time. And it had all that stuff like Bluetooth, backup camera, touchscreen, which is apparently the norm in a lot of new cars these days. And before I was very, why would I rely on a backup cam? Why would I use the touchscreen? All of these are so dangerous. Why would I use any of these? But now I'm just like, I feel like that dog meme where there's a buff dog like uses no backup camera, has 10-year-old car, and then I turn into the sad Shiva who's like really pathetic, and I'm like, I can't live without a backup cam now. I need it. and it's very convenient to be able to switch my songs at the wheel with the little back and forward song shuffle and moving on to the next playlist. Because before, I felt like in my last car, it was kind of dangerous because I'd have to connect it with a special cable and then look at my phone every time I want to switch songs. I think it was even worse because I didn't really have a lot of songs back then, and then I also didn't have room to download songs on my phone because it was an iPhone 4 or something like that. And then I would I would play songs from Tumblr, but it wasn't even a playlist. I would literally go to the pages with audio posts and then go down the list and then individually tap each play button while I was driving. Like I said, I don't endorse texting and driving. That is very dangerous. And I was I was very dangerous as a younger Snick who was driving. But I can at least tell you that I had never been in a car accident except for that one incident, and that incident was not my fault. And I was also past Tumblr during that accident, and I actually had music and a playlist and a better phone. Young Snake was crazy back then. I don't know about that, but perhaps based on stories I've told. But just new technology amazes me. I feel like such a boomer sometimes. Like I think I'm slowly learning new young people terms as I scroll through the TikToks and watch some other streamers. I feel like a lot of Luxium, for example, they say a lot of terms that sometimes I understand and sometimes I don't. And then some stuff that I've picked up from them. Oh my goodness, I swear I'm not a complete boomer. I'm trying to figure out how to post on TikTok. Cuz I want to put some clips from stream on TikTok too, trying to expand the not the MCU but the GCU, the Garden Circle universe. I haven't actually talked to the other zodiacs about this, but I was gonna offer to like go through everyone's stuff or get some clips from them to make a Garden Circle TikTok entirely instead of just doing a solo TikTok. Just have advertise our wonderful group. Yes, the GCU. I'll probably bring it up in our Discord sometime if Minha's not already listening, but I think Minha's very sleepy. Out of all my near-death experiences, that cough laugh nearly took me out. Oh my potato. Snake too calm nods off. Well, I guess it's nice if I have somewhat of a calming voice. I don't feel like I'm very calm, but maybe because I don't exactly hear myself. Like, I don't think I've listened to myself as much as the past few days trying to rewatch all of my VODs, looking for clippable moments or trying to make sure that everything is say so for YouTube posting. So I'm pretty sure I don't remember ever really being too unsay so. I allude to unsay so. What? There's no background music? I thought I had background music. Oh, I guess that's fine. I think I do have background music, but it's just very quiet, and I didn't want to overwhelm my voice. So I guess it's solo snake voice ASMR. Yeah, I need to find. Hmm. I want to find a different playlist for my talk streams, but I just haven't had time to really look, and then also double check DMCA things. Remember when I posted about that Mahjong Soul character and you discovered I was more say so? I mean, I did notice that character's face at first, but then my eyes just went to the right side of the photo with him like pulling his shirt down and exposing his back. Just saying. And for the record, when I see like shirtless anime men, I have two reactions. One one reaction is kind of similar, like, oh, that's a nice back, but then it's kind of like it's nicely drawn and nicely slightly exposed. And then my second reaction sometimes is like, I don't want to see this. Put your clothes back on. But this is for 2D male anime characters. I think it's a different story for female anime characters. I'm just kind of like, wow, female anime characters are beautiful, like all the time. Even the ridiculous ones in very unsay so content, perhaps. I mean, a lot of them are nicely drawn. Oh, that reminds me of. Oh my gosh, me talking about like making sure the streams are pretty say so, but now I'm about to get into a tiny bit unsay so territory, but I'm just gonna allude to it again. there was there was a clip I saw online of Nijian's Finana, and then she brought up her she brought up a fan artist who was very unsay so, but she was basically like, I love their art and I want their dojin of me in a physical copy. But honestly, power to that artist. Like, I myself don't draw unsay so things, but if I did, it would be so nice and also embarrassing at the same time to be noticed by a VTuber that you draw of. Yeah. You want tiger paw. Yes, Minha, do the comms. Oh my gosh, I need to finish my compost. I wanna try to open commissions by end of this month, but I just don't know what to draw. I think I might have some PNG. I'm gonna use. Oh, yeah, I realized after I said it, like the way that I didn't really pause in between the words, it just sounded like compost. We're farming. We're farming in the garden circle. Oh my gosh, potato. Why are you linking the tip thing now? I don't know what people want in commissions anymore. And I don't know what I can draw anymore besides me as a VTuber. How are the Oh my gosh, I know the wind ASMR is so strong over here. I don't they're very strong in this area in particular. Wait, let's see what the weather app has to say about the winds. There's currently a wind advisory. Blah blah. Oh, apparently there is a wind gale warning. Let's see. Northeast winds 10 to 20 KT. I don't know what the KT measurement is. Gusts up to 35 KT and combined with seas 3 to 5 feet when conditions are worst. Maybe. I wish they I wish they like specify it in this thing. Most of the time they do kind of explain things. Let me see. Nope, there's nothing else for them to explain. Mm. Oh, okay, yeah. You're right, walked. It's knots. But I don't know. Like I've learned about knots, but I can't really picture it the same as miles. The knot is a unit of speed equal to 1 nautical mile per hour, approximately 1.151 miles an hour, or 1.852 kilometers an hour. That's so. Oh, I feel like that's so convoluted. Like I guess they need different measurements for different things, but I'm not exactly a sciencey person. How many knots did it say it was? Just round it. Yeah, I guess so. So 10 to 20 times uh getting calculator. 23 point something. Yeah, I guess it's close. With gusts up to 35, so I guess that's what, almost 40 in miles an hour. That's like the speed limit here. The speed limit where I live is around now the speed limit in my area is about 40 to 50 miles an hour, and in kilometers that's like 64 kilometers to 80 kilometers an hour on the side streets. I got a text from my work that several trees were down. Yes, that's very one of the big concerns for very windy weather. And also pretty dangerous. And in this area in particular, we have a lot of problems with wind and also fires. So fires don't usually reach towards my area, but it's gotten close. And then I think it was during 2020, 2021. I forgot when they had those big fires because California is always on fire. But it was that time where people were. Oops, I'm bouncing a little bit too far up. It was that time where people were taking photos of the sky being like bright highlighter orange. Like I didn't get it as bad as some of the people in those pictures, but I did see it here. That was crazy. And then that was before I got my nose problems fixed. And so the the smoke was making my nose allergies so bad. Oh my goodness, the wind. Oh, I really should wrap up stream like for the sake of the wind content. But the wind is very powerful. But thank you for coming, Potato, and walked. And then I know Jay was here earlier too. And Minha, I hope you can get some rest before your stream. I'll probably see y'all later in Minha's stream. I do have to get some work done today. Yeah, and then I'll probably work on some more VODs to post on YouTube. Working hard in my online class, but then also all of this GCU business, the Garden Circle universe. Oh my gosh, the wind is scary. Okay, thank you guys again. I hope you have a good rest of your day or night. And I hope nobody gets blown away if there's any wind in your area. And thank you for coming to my silly little travel talk. And I will try to get my schedule done by Sunday. I'm trying to be better about posting the schedule, and then probably have next week. I'm probably just gonna focus more on Super Animal Royale since I did finish my Genshin hours. So yeah, probably more Super Animal Royale since there's the Lunar New Year event, and then also another chat stream. Yeah, thank you. Bye bye. No violence. Bye.